Hello and welcome, I am Patchworth, your game clown, once again, and we are going to be continuing with our Awesomenauts tutorial with one of my personal favorite characters, Derpl. Now, I may have said earlier, when I first started the game, it was right after Derpl dropped, which was not necessarily the case. I believe it was actually right after Skulder and Raylan showed up, but Derpl was the first character that I really learned and studied. And he is a fairly impressive Awesomenaut. He is the very definition of a tank. More so than any of the other characters. And he can be a little tricky to use if you're not sure of what you're doing, but honestly, I would say he is one of the better characters to play once you actually master him. That's a personal opinion, but I've got to admit that despite how fun I find some of these characters, the most fun I ever have is with Derpl. So let's get right into it with checking out his skins. This is Derpl Zork, the nephew of Babel Zork, who is actually the announcer for the regular Awesomenauts, and also the one who sent all of the Awesomenauts onto the planet. Of course, I'll leave you the link to the Awesomenauts website for more lore and all of that, as usual. So, Susie is his little riding carriage over there, or his little tank, which is, what does that stand for? I believe it's, oh, I don't know. Like I said, all the backstory's on there. So, yeah, Susie and Derpl, my favorite characters. We have Hot Rod Derpl, which is just completely badass. And we have one skin that I really want to get but haven't yet, which is the Pirate Derpl. And on top of the normal, skin change, I believe there is more dialogue changes to this one, just like the Pirate Leon, but I'm not 100% sure. But I want that so much, I just have not had the opportunity to get it yet. But we're going to go in there with my Hot Rod, and I will get into how he works. As you can see, I haven't had a chance to play him yet in the random run, and I'm going to tell you right now, the way I'm going to play him is straight tank. Derpl has two ways you can play him, and I will try to go into those as we go, but the basic stuff here on the bottom, and I'm just going to go full health, regen, and speed. The gun that he has is actually, he shoots cats. And they basically sort of get lobbed in an angle. So, you have to learn how to sort of shoot them. There's certain ways to angle it and improve your aim, but a lot of things have changed since I originally started playing him. So we'll go through this because I have learned not to make assumptions and just read what all the new upgrades are, since obviously I haven't been paying attention before this. So we have the Long Cat, which will increase the range of cat shot. We've got the Kitty Cat suit, which is the damage standard. Increase the fire rate of cat shot. Now this was new. The split personality cat, when it was first dropped, the split cats actually fired behind him as well, much like the earthquakes that Skulder has. And now it actually sort of splits them off into, I'll even show you how that works, just to not even try to describe it, but we'll try to get that first. One of the problems with Derpl is a lot of his stuff does cost quite a bit, like the Batcat suit, which increases the damage of shot, but a lot of people have like at least one major upgrade that's just twice as expensive as everything else. And the... Oh, that's new. The Fat Cat adds an explosive cat to your cat shot. Hello! Well, we need to load that up and test that out when we do our advanced tutorials later on. That's what I should call it, the advanced tutorials. But we'll show you the basics with these guys real quick and some strategies with that. Now, Derpl actually has what is called turret mode for his scroll wheel attack. and that means he actually becomes a stationary firing turret, smaller than the actual turrets on the board, but essentially, it basically just slowing power. Adds a slowing effect to the turret shot. That's cool. Yeah. I'll show you what it is, like normal. So yeah, sweet syrup bullets adds a slowing effect to turret shot. I believe that's new. We're gonna use that. Force field, gain a damage reducing shield when transforming into siege mode. Boom. Slow loading missiles to your turret shot with the solid fist missiles absolutely increases the damage of turret shot. You know, damage. We won't get to that. We'll get all the fancy stuff here. Deployment pads deals a knockback pulse when transforming out of turret mode. I haven't actually used that much, but I can see why you would want that, because when he's stationary like that, if you've got a couple of people trying to, you know, come in quick and melee you, or you've got a bunch of bots on your butt, you transform out of surge mode, drops them out, you know, pops them away, and then you're able to escape a little bit easier. Pretty handy. I'm not going to use it until I do the advanced tutorials. The Brim Force Field, which gain a damage reducing shield when transforming into siege mode, which is basically a more expensive version of this guy. So we'll cover our basis with these three. And the last thing he's got is actually the first, I believe, of a couple of characters that have sort of switch abilities depending on different modes that they have. We saw a little bit of that with Ted, but with Derpl it's a lot more noticeable. He has either a grid, like a snare grid, or a nuke, which probably does, once it's leveled up, the most damage in the entire game. And I like big explosions, so that's kind of why I have a big, warm, fuzzy place in my heart for Derpl. But the empowerment grid increases the snare duration of trap grid, increases the lifetime of the grid trap. We're going to use that to give you a basic idea of what this does, and you'll be able to see it last a little bit longer. The Hydro Collision Lava Lamp increases the damage of nuke. Thank you. Combustion Lava Lamp increases the nuke explosion size. Thank you. Lead Casing adds a silencing effect to grid trap. Pretty handy. And the Super Powered Nuke, which increases nuke speed. Nasty. Alright, let's get into it. I'm excited. I really love Derpl so much. So much. He's got a place in my heart. Okay, so here we go. Alright. And alright. Look at this badass. Seriously. And now he is obviously a very large target to begin with. One of the largest, I would say. But first we have our cat shot. Boing, 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 boing. So it goes a specific distance, and then you can like skip it across the ground, or you can sort of lob it over different areas. Alright, so that's pretty cool. Then we have our turret mode, which allows you to shoot, but you cannot go anywhere. So this is very good for very close damage. And when you've got some people on you, you can fire your nuke. Now bear in mind, very important, that the nuke will actually aim out whatever side you are. So say you're firing at a turret right here and there's some mooks coming at you from the back there. You're going to want to switch over to this side and then hit your nuke to get them. Otherwise, you're going to fire it into the turret, completely miss your target, probably get ganked. And for escape purposes, there's the snare grid, which I'm going to demonstrate right here in the field. So let's get to some villains. Some villains. Okay, there's your grid trap. There we go. See? And that's the ensnaring trap. And then... Boosh! Gotcha, bitch. Ha ha! Oh, Derpl, I love you so much. Alright. So, good use of your turret mode right here. You just want to lay into this guy, and just smashy, smashy, smashy. He can soak up a lot of damage. Kaboosh! And I mean, he is just a frickin' beast. But we don't want to win too quickly. I want to be able to show you everything. Uh-oh. So, I am going to tell you the strategy that I was taught first. I'm not going to actually do it for this one. I'll do it for when I actually find him in the random run. But essentially, what I was taught on another character build is to build up all of his health and his Medican as high as you can right before you do anything else. Doing that allows you to just essentially be completely untouchable the entire time that you're doing that, or at least makes you extraordinarily hard to take down. If you do that, it gives you a much better chance to smash turrets, and as I have mentioned in other games, turrets and the base are essential. Kill 100 Awesomenauts. If that base gets killed, your team still loses. Can't stress that enough. But since we... let's see. Damage, nuke size. Let's just go with the shield to show you that. We'll go with all the different turret upgrades first. Oop, looks like they're having some trouble down here, so let's do a little bit of defense. Alright. Now, there are two essential ways that you can play Derpl. I have found that these both are very efficient, and there's the shield right there. You can actually see it. Shoot those guys down. Boosh! Uh-oh. Oh boy. Yeah, you can either go full tank, like you just saw there, where you upgrade all of your health and damage and your regen and all that stuff, get your turret up high enough level that you can take out the tanks or the turrets, or you can go what I like to call siege tank mode. Now, I know they have the siege mode, but I'm talking about the siege tanks from, like, StarCraft, where you basically, get yourself up to that much, and instead of doing, like, the nuke damage and that, you actually upgrade all of your cat weapons and just sort of run around as fast as you can shooting things like this. Because when you get them up high enough, your guns can actually do quite a bit of damage as well. It really sort of depends on what kind of team you've got and what the strategy for that is. So let me show you. Boof, boof. There you go. See? See? Now when you hit these guys with the cats, it splits off into multiple cats. And those guys do pretty decent damage as well. So don't underestimate that. Hello! Gotta go, friends. Now just imagine you've got this and you are, let's say, in front of a turret in siege tank mode. Or siege tank. Whoa. Bloosh. Yeah, you stand there, you shoot at the things with your gun here. It starts hitting the little droids there, splitting off. Each one of those little extra cats starts smashing into the turret. That could cause some serious damage in a short amount of time. Bear that in mind when you decide whether or not you want to go full tanky Derpl or speedy, shooty Derpl, essentially. Both are very viable options. I have won many a game doing both. Don't underestimate it at all. Very much highly recommended. Most of these characters do have different types of strategies and ways you can play them. It really depends on your play style, and you can be fairly successful with most types. I would have to say, definitely play to your preference. Because if you try to force a different type of strategy that doesn't work with the way that you play, first of all, you're not going to have fun, and second of all, it's just not going to go well for you. So we need to get some higher level damage here if we're going to be doing this. So why don't we go on something of a killing spree right now? Now, this is fun. Check this out. what you can do is turn into siege mode right there and drop down on top of people. And you can also, I will show you, oops. Yeah, actually here, boom. You can be in siege mode and then drop down through platforms like that. Pretty cool. Oh god, I love this guy. Kill, 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 die. Die, death, die. That was fun. Look at how much money I just racked up right there. Okay, so we're going to do the slow turrets. Perfect. That'll show you that while we're doing this. A lot of his abilities do make him a little bit harder to approach when in siege mode. Boosh. Now, you'll notice the... there they go. There's the little bullets that come out of you, so keep that in mind. Oh, cool! So yeah, that's another viable option, is to stay underneath one of these guys and just sort of shoot above. The nuke will do quite a bit of damage and cause some serious problems. Oh, and you notice that the slow-moving missiles are also homing missiles. So there's that going for you as well. Gotcha! Ha ha! You suck. Oh my goodness. And just bear in mind, guys, I still have the bots at a fairly decent level to keep them from winning or from losing the game too quickly. And you will notice also that the nuke also tracks bad guys as well. So for as stationary as he can be in siege mode, he actually does have quite a bit of maneuverability. So, oh god, no! No, 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 no. Oh boy. That doesn't help when you get a splash dash from Froggy G and end up losing that benefit. So let's see, slowing effect. We've seen slowing effect, but we'll hold off on that because we can. Looks like our team is trying to assault that there. Boomf. Alright, so yeah, hey fun. Yeah, can't get past me. And as the old saying goes, he definitely makes a better door than a window. Oh man, I gotta tell you, Derpl is so much fun. I cannot wait to get him against actual people, because just like Voltar, even if I'm having a bad run with whoever I'm playing with, I still have a lot of fun playing with him, just because he is just not only like his phrases, his taunts, everything. You can't hear it, of course, but just one of the examples, and maybe the example of just how silly and fun Awesomenauts can be, and just how well thought out so much of this was. I mean, the guys at Ramino, they really know what they're doing. They know how to have fun with these guys, and I gotta say, couldn't be more happy about it. And it looks like, despite all of our increasing of the enemy bots, Derpl is just too good, and we just tore through their defenses. So we might have to cut this short so I don't get flagged. I mean, really, there's not much else to talk about with Derpl. Uh-oh. Very difficult to kill, very, very heavy damage. Definitely a character that would work better with other people. And I'd like to show the nuke size. Let's see if we can get that real quick before we sign off, so you can actually take a look to see the amount of damage he can do. Perfect, there it goes. Back to it. Since he is kind of clunky, we'll just move it down over here, and let's do the damage of the size. So let's go over here and just show you this, so after that we can sign out. Look at the size of that thing. Holy crap. Now imagine you've got that thing up on max damage. Oh my goodness. It's not going to be a good time for anybody on the opposite team. It's just not. Derpl is just a beast, and I cannot recommend him highly enough. Clearly it's not going to be everybody's playstyle, but you know, definitely a fun character. If you just want, oops, if you just want to have a good fun time, go for it. I mean, he will not disappoint. Come on, friend. Oh boy. Well, you know what? I think that is a great time to stop it for now. Let's see. Is there anything else I really wanted to show you? Nope. Looks like range, damage. Damage and lifetime, more shield. Really, guys, until we do the advanced edition for the stuff that I've missed because I haven't unlocked it yet, there's really not much else to show you. It's just more of the same, you know, more damage, range, which obviously you've seen. That is really good for attacking turrets as well when you're, you know, firing your cat. Just give him a shot, guys. A lot of fun. One of my favorites. Looking forward to playing him more. And if you got any questions or you want me to go into more detail about anything else, just leave a comment below, guys. I'll also leave you the link to the Awesomenauts website for lore and other character builds. Maybe you'll find another playstyle that even I haven't gone into. So until the next one, guys, cheers all.